This is Nick.
This is Jack.
And this is Snacks Daily. Actually, it's not really Snacks Daily, technically.
No, but we are the co-hosts of Snacks Daily, the 15-minute daily podcast that breaks down the top 3 news stories you need to know.
Now, we know what you're thinking. How do we build this every day?
We build this every day,
Every
5
day.
days a week. Every day the New York Stock Exchange is open. Snacks Daily is waiting for you in the morning for a 15-minute breakdown.
So this is how we build this every day.
We are about to show you the behind-the-scenes scoop. It's November 19th, 2019. We don't know what the news is today.
There could be no news today.
This could be a terrible news day, which would be a big regret of mine. Hope there's some news to cover because we're gonna find the top 3 business stories. We're gonna make them fun. We're gonna make them relatable. We're gonna pack in some movie references and some deep analogies.
We're also going to go behind the scenes of what the logistics are like, how we're editing this, how we're getting it to our production company, how it's actually getting out in the world every day.
If you want to know how to make a podcast every day, watch this video.
Especially a daily podcast. Let's do this.
We spend the mornings trying to find ways to reach new users, but we also respond to fans who reach out on social media.
It's our post-breakfast routine, Jack. I got one here. Tweet from Keith, Omaha, Nebraska.
Great city.
He's got a subscription model question. He thinks Taco Bell needs some subscription
We
tacos.
will mention the idea the next time we cover Taco Bell in the pod.
Add it to the Netflix
I have
subscription.
Dimple. I don't know where she's from. She
Great
listens
name.
to the podcast with her boyfriend.
Great move.
She wishes we could give a happy birthday shout out to her boyfriend on the 27th. Dimple, we don't do the pod on the 27th, but we'll do it belatedly.
Can we talk about couples that snack together?
Couples that snack together stay together.
It's a beautiful thing. So we're about to do our headline hammer, and this means we got a carbo load. We got to get some work and lunch going before we do
It's
it.
12 o'clock Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Most of the news has happened. So we're going to check out primary sources and secondary sources. Try to come up with 20 potential stories that we can narrow down to 3 for Snacks Day.
This is our headline hammer. Jack and I whip open a Google Doc and start populating it with stories, secondary news sources, primary sources, earnings reports, press releases. If it's out there, we find it and add it here. From there, we can decide what the perfect mix of business news stories is for our snacks that day. It's our headline hammer.
Depot stock, Nick, it just announced earnings. The stock is down,
Yep.
which doesn't make sense because home sales are up, home prices are up.
This is like one of those stocks that follows whatever the housing market's doing.
We got to unpack what's going on.
It's a strange situation. Statistic for you, Jack. Microsoft Teams has more users than Slack.
I'm thinking Microsoft is Rocky Balboa.
Yes.
Slack is Apollo Creed's son.
Keep going.
Old school tech versus young school tech.
Love it.
Sounds like a story.
I had no idea where you're going.
All right, Nick. I
Yeah.
know we covered Ford's electric Mustang yesterday.
We did, technically.
But there's another story there. If you look at the charging stations spread across the country,
Or
that's a whole different story.
we can go with Warby Parker, which just launched its new contact lenses. Second time they've ever done a new
That's
launch.
true. That's a good story.
Let's go with that. Good
Let's
mix
skip
here.
Ford, go with Warby Parker.
Wonderful digestible
All right.
snack mix.
All right.
Let's do this.
Headline hammer is over.
Yep.
We're covering Microsoft, Warby Parker, and Home Depot.
Beautiful mix for snacks.
That's a great mix of
Love
3
it.
diverse stories. Now it's time to research and write down some notes so that we can crush the pod in about 1 hour.
Jack and I do an unscripted show for Snacks Daily. We like to keep it rich, free form, just have fun, play off each other. But we got to have notes so we're prepared. We're going to hit that right now.
Make sure we got the numbers so that we can do this pod.
Got to have the right bullets ready.
See you in a bit. The research is done.
We're ready to go.
The facts are checked. We generally have the takeaways already up in our head and ready to go.
Snackers, this is where the magic happens. This is the pod studio. We got to kind of get everything set now so you can listen to the pod.
So the equipment that you need is actually pretty basic. You need a microphone.
Yep.
You need a recording device.
Check.
You can have headphones, but those are actually optional.
While Jack's walking me through this, I've been setting up GarageBand, which is what we're using to record on right now. And it's pretty critical that we have 2 different tracks going.
Right, you want a multi-track setup so that if I'm talking and Nick speaks over me, then they can mute out Nick and just isolate my track. So you're basically, at the end of this, we're going to have 45 minutes of footage approximately with 15 minutes of gold.
All right, so this is almost ready to go. What we're going to do after we finish the recording is we're going to send all this beautiful raw 45 minutes of footage to our production company, which is located in New York and LA, where they're going to transform it into an edited, polished 15-minute final product.
We'll write them some notes so that they know which part of the podcast is the best part. They'll take my audio recording, they'll take Nick's, and they'll turn it into a 15-minute podcast.
Woven together wonderfully. And then after that's done, we're going to share with our compliance department. They'll okay it. We'll let our production company know, and then they will distribute it to platforms like Spotify, where you'll see it the next day.
3:30 a.m. Pacific, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Snacks Daily is ready to go. It's the first thing you wake up to.
Ready?
Voila, we're done. Now it's time to actually do this.
Let's hit this thing. Microphones. Check, check, check.
Check, check, check.
Check, 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 check. Okay. Here we
You got the time?
go. I got the time. How you feeling?
Good.
All right, let's do
Let's
this.
do it.
All right, we're rolling. This is Nick.
This is Jack.
And this is Snacks Daily. It is Wednesday, November 20th.
We're bringing the best one yet.
This is the best Snacks Daily we have ever done. Jack, can you hit me with the 3 stories?
All right, we
over
got
there?
3 awesome stories. The first, the housing market is up, but Home Depot stock is down.
We're looking at how they botched like a DIY situation with their own e-commerce site.
Shouldn't do do-it-yourself website building, Home Depot.
Second story, Jack, what do we got?
Microsoft subtly mentioned that its Slack competitor, which is called Teams,
Yeah, nice
is
name.
way bigger than Slack.
Turns out there's an incumbent advantage. We're jumping into this thing snack style.
Third and final story is the unicorn
This is
of the
definitely
day.
a T-boy.
Warby Parker.
You probably heard of it.